So, it's been a while since I've done a video. Just because I get so nervous. I don't know why, because I'm always like on social media and stuff, but I think it's just, again, the whole being vulnerable and everything. And I don't watch the videos before I do them. But anyways, my name is Rue, kind of following my journey of moving from Tulsa, Oklahoma to Carrollton, Texas, which is on the outskirts of Dallas. Um, so the last time I was on, let me turn this music down. I was headed to Houston for money. Anyways, it was about stocks and bonds and like to network and everything. Okay, so for one, let me tell you my takeaways from that. I learned how uncomfortable I am in situations with people that I don't know, and like kind of putting myself out there or selling myself. So I have Travel with Rue with it. I'm an independent travel agent, and then I have Tiny Tots where I am selling kids clothing. Both of these are new ventures. Like I moved January the 28th, so I've just started both of those since I moved to the Dallas area. And I am just learning more about myself. One, I have a lot of obstacles to overcome, but I love that I just keep putting myself in situations to overcome them. So last month I did my first pop-up shop, room full of strangers, because I don't know anyone here except like I have two cousins. My business partner, of course, he went with me and helped me, and that decreased some of my anxiety. I'm doing another one tomorrow. Let me show you my mannequins because I'm just so in love with them. I had named them, but I done forgot the girls' names. But I don't know how to turn this around either, so I'm just gonna have to like, hey, you know. So, and I got this from one of the ladies at the last pop-up shop I attended. Oh yeah, my shirt, Miracles Truly Happen, a Michael T. Hicks from Tulsa, Oklahoma. I'm still gonna rep my city for sure. And really appropriate today, Juneteenth weekend, or whatever. But also like being an independent travel agent, part of that is network marketing, which is again putting myself in a situation to constantly for one be rejected. Like I know nobody likes rejection, but I didn't realize how personal I take it or whatever. So but the benefit of that is that I'm being forced to grow. You can't grow in comfort for sure. So sometimes that's a physical comfort, your physical location, and then sometimes it's a mind state. I've had to absolutely change both. So moving out of my city, and I know I'm kind of all over the place, and we know that I have not learned to edit. Let me tell you, that's not something that's at the top of my priorities right now. So y'all gonna be getting these raw and uncut videos until I have the time to sit down and look into that. But moving from my city, like that was definitely caused me to, shook some things up, kind of caused me to have to look at some things. And people always say, you take you wherever you go. Well, I felt like initially like moving, it was the people around me that stifled me, that kept me in that box, that kept me being unable to grow. But being here and trying to start two businesses, because let me tell you, I just jumped. Like I was like, I'm here. I said I was coming down here to do this stuff, and I just jumped. And it became extremely overwhelming, let me tell you. So I had to take a break. Like I had to take a break. I had to regroup. And I gave myself permission to do that. Now, part of me wanted to quit, because I'm going to be honest with you, that's what I have done in the past. Like that's just kind of, something gets too hard, I don't continue to push forward. Like I literally have a master's degree, but that took me no effort, and I say that, but there were some days I wanted to quit that as well. I was just so determined because I felt like people couldn't believe that I would do it. So in these journeys, I've decided that I don't want negative motivation to be my motivation. I want to truly be inspired by myself and truly believe in me, and not allow naysayers or anything else to have any impact on my businesses, because I want it to come from a place of positivity. Like I'm really on that. I'm currently on a self-love journey. But anyway, I'm self-love journey. But back to what I was saying about the move. So I jumped out of my comfort zone, and then I realized like it was me. So I've been working to like change my mindset. Like I said, I had to take a break. Um, Having any type of business, I'm learning as I talk to other people. And I've watched people, but you know how when you aren't in their circle, or when you don't have those conversations, or maybe you just don't understand because it's something you're not engaged in the moment, you don't truly understand their struggles or truly understand the things that they encounter in doing those things. For one, it takes a lot of strength to just jump out and do anything on your own. Just because there are going to be naysayers and people don't believe in you, unfortunately, until they typically see something being successful. And I didn't understand that until now. And then you just have a lot of things that come with it, um, that can be very discouraging, not making the money that you want to make, not, steadily investing in yourself and not really seeing the the fruits of your labor at that moment. So I've learned a lot about that. I've learned a lot about self motivation. I've learned a lot about encouragement. This has been a spiritual journey for me as well, because I have had to realize in this the relationship that I have with God. And a lot of times I'm rebellious, and so I do what I want to do, and then I'm like, you know, I don't want to connect with anything. I don't want to be spiritual. I don't want to do this. I don't want to do that. And my spirituality may not look like yours, and that's fine. But I know that I love God. I know that when things happen for me, last week I went fishing because I go fishing a lot now. That's my peaceful place too, as well as my plants. I didn't show y'all my plants. Like, I don't know if I showed them last time, but I got some more. They are just growing. My monstera is like everything. It's just doing its thing. I have to keep turning it because I forgot science. And if you turn the plants, I learned this from my homegirl that I went to Houston with, and then just in watching my plants. Like if I turn them, they're gonna go towards the sun. So in order to get it to fill out, I just turn it ever so often. I have to turn my succulent so it can do the same. I have a green pepper, or it's a red pepper, that's it's doing its thing. This little thing keeps dying, but this is when I know that I need to get my life together, because it'll die and I will bring it right back to life. So this has been this is my flower right here. I don't even know what is it called. It's a splash. Okay. And then my oxalis, they're doing well now. And one point I just thought they was gonna die and I was gonna buy another one, but I was like, let me love them. Let me love them. And so they're doing well. But dang, I got sidetracked again. See, I just be all over the place. But my spiritual journey. So I've had to realize that like I need God. I need spirituality. I need that. That is everything for me. And I think that part of me got so caught up in like the money making and just trying to figure out these businesses and everything that I kind of got sidetracked. And so I've had to prioritize my life and realize like what's important to me. Like I said, spirituality is very important to me. Relationship with the right people is very important to me. I had met a friend down here is what we'll call him. And just a very negative person, didn't really want much out of life. And I had to question myself, like, what is this relationship about genuinely? Like, we have some things in common and stuff like that, and that's cool. But he can't see beyond his right now situation. And my mom and I had a conversation not too long ago about the types of men I've dated. And, honestly, I've always just tried to pull people up with me. Like, I can see your potential. I can see that you want more in life. I can see that we can do things together. Well, no, that doesn't work, because if you're not already there at 40 something, baby, I can't help you when I'm struggling myself. And I guess maybe that's the therapist in me just wanting to pull people up on my level. But I've realized I need to keep myself around people who are like-minded, who are already ready to go, that I'm not having to push to go. And not to say we don't all need encouragement sometimes. And so I think my problem sometimes is that I'm too humble. Like, I realize I have accomplished a lot of, not a lot, but some things in life. I give myself that. I have to pat myself on the back, because baby, ain't nobody else gonna do it. But I've accomplished some things in life, and so I never want people to think like, oh well, she thinks she better or all of that. Well, truth of the matter is, I made some better decisions. I'm continuing to make better decisions, and I don't have to feel guilty about that. So, anyways, and letting go of that relationship, I had to grieve that. Like, I think a lot of times we don't give ourselves enough time to realize and understand the impact, and it wasn't necessarily about that friendship. It was more so about the fact that how did I come to a new place out of my comfort zone doing things? Nobody knows me, so all they know me to be is, you know, about my money, and then I still bump into someone familiar. Yeah, there it is. It was just a familiar situation for me. That's familiar to the guys that like I used to date, the guys that I used to be attracted to, and things like that. So I've really had to do some inner work and look at me and like, hey, what are you doing? You came down here for change. And that goes back to people saying you take you wherever you go, which yes, I absolutely brought me in. There are absolutely aspects of me I love, but that part of me, I gotta let her die. And I don't have to feel guilty about being a better person and knowing that I deserve better than always being the person to pull people up. I need people to pull me up. And I think a lot of time because I'm such a strong person, a lot of people don't realize that. And I do, I have a very strong personality and things like that. That's why it boggles me that this is something that makes me nervous. But I guess I just done decided to have a conversation because I done missed whatever my point was when I started. But I feel like I'm on some good stuff. I have to look at it and check it out and figure that out. But so I just, I think a lot of times we don't take those moments to like regroup, figure out what it is. Like, hey, okay, I'm not in a good space. And you know what's crazy? The whole time I've been here, I'm like, I'm not homesick. I don't feel nothing for home. Blah, 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 blah. Baby, I went home Memorial Day weekend, got to see family just in me being out, got to spend time with my brother and his wife, and I love my brother. Like my little brother Johnny. I mean, I love all of my siblings, but we're in the same house, so it makes a difference to me. And I just really, we're close, is what I'll say. And so, and I got to see my sister too, my little sister, and my little brother. So I got to see a lot of family, and I love my siblings, but it was just to spending time with him and getting to see his business grow. I guess it was because I did get to see my youngest siblings. They twins too. They bomb. They real bomb, like bomb. But anyways, back to my point. Like just seeing my family or being out there supporting my brother and his wife, and then seeing in their business, Lavish Liquid. My brother also has Bravo Doors. Johnny Simon knows his name, but you can look him up on Facebook. And so getting to see like my cousins just popping up, or spending time with my family when we went to Memorial Day. I miss having them in close proximity, instead of me just calling or video or watching stuff on Facebook. I've never been away from my family, so I didn't realize how big of a struggle it was until I came back. And every time I get on here, I be wanting to cry, but I came back and I was in bed for like a week. Like, I miss my family. What am I doing? Maybe I made the wrong decision by coming down here. I have two cousins down here, and when I tell you they bomb, baby, they bomb. Like, support me. They may not even understand what I'm doing half the time, but they support me, and our relationships are getting closer. You know what I mean? Because we're in the same area, but also, it's been a full moon, and this week has been something for me because I know every time I get on here, I cry. But, I started missing my family, and I started feeling like maybe this was not the right decision for me. I'm away from my kids. I've never been away from my kids like this, and they're grown now. So I have no control over them. And although my parents are great and they have them, and I know that they love them, and they're going to do everything to the point of hindering them to make sure they're good, it's different just being there and being able to like physically save them or physically go to them or physically do those things. So I have just it's been a month, boy, I tell you. But in this month I've grown. I've been able to, like I said, reprioritize those things that are important to me, those relationships that I desire to have, the people that I want, in my circle in this season. And I have been able to recognize, some of my downfalls, and then we won't even call them downfalls. That's what we'll call them. We'll call them my opportunities for growth, and I was having a conversation with a friend because we're on the self-love journey together, and she was saying like she's loyal to a fault, and I think sometimes that comes into play with me as far as feeling loyal to people who haven't necessarily shown me that they deserve that. So anyways, the whole point of this is that I'm continuing to grow. Growth never looks like what you think it will look like. Like, I really just thought I was gonna come down here, and because I was out of my box, which in a lot of ways I'm so different. Like, and I'm so grateful for that. I'm flourishing, you know. But then I do have those hiccups and opportunities for growth because I'm learning, you know. I'm learning me. I'm learning my boundaries. I'm learning that sometimes it's okay to sit down. Sometimes it's okay to be in the moment. It doesn't always have to be this constant, you know, gas, 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 gas. Because I was about to drive myself crazy and just run out and quit everything because I had my hand in every pot and I was just so hype initially. You know what I'm saying? And not to say that I'm not still, but now I want to, you know, you can't be a jack of all trades and master anything. You know what I'm saying? So I want to master my crafts and move a little bit slower to get the things going that I want to get going, because at the end of the day, I want longevity, you know. Yes, I want money too. Don't ever get that twisted. I want money, but I want longevity. And so in order to accomplish that, you know, I've had to take a step back. And what they say, when you fail to plan, you plan to fail. And so, like I said, I jumped. I had to leap, and I think that that's good sometimes. Like with my move, I didn't think about it, because if I'd have thought about it, I would have talked myself out of it, because it's something I've been wanting to do for so long, but it's something that was so scary to me. And with my businesses, I jumped because if I'd have kept thinking about it, I would have most certainly said no, not the time now, because again, it's never a perfect time. I know I said that in a video. Um, but now that I've done that, I've got it started. Now it's, you know, figuring out what this process looks like and what do I want each of my entities to look like, you know. But anyways, this is probably my longest video. I just wanted to catch you guys up on what I'm doing. May or may not post this depending on after I look at it, because I know, again, it's very raw. I'm gonna work on editing, but right now that's just not a priority. This is for me, you know. I enjoy being able to inspire others, because that's naturally who I am. You know what I'm saying? I'm naturally inspirational, just how I live my life, you know. But this is for me, you know. This is truly for me, and so that I can look back and see, like, hey, this is where I came from, and I remember that. I remember when I was in those moments. I remember when I was crying every damn video, you know. I remember, you know, not feeling confident and not being able to have those conversations with people, or to tell them about my businesses, and feeling not necessarily ashamed, but not as confident as I should. But anyways, I hope you guys are having a lovely Juneteenth weekend. Again, thought this was the perfect opportunity to do that. To do a new video and update you guys. Love you. Bye.